Coming to you from beautiful downtown Columbia, South Carolina, this is Columbia Express Yourself. I'm your co-host, Yolanda Iman. With us today, we have a talented gentleman by the name of Christopher the Poet. Also joining us is a beautiful yet business-savvy model by the name of Jalea Pettis. Now here's your lovely host, Miss Adrienne Lake.
Welcome to the Doubletree by Hilton for Social Media Mondays. This is Columbia Express Yourself. I'm your host, Adrienne Lake. Today we have with us Christopher the Poet.
Yes,
hey, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Well, could complain, nobody listens. I'm
right.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Start by telling us where you're from.
I'm born here. Born and raised. I'm a homeboy, Columbia, South Carolina. Born and raised.
What school did you go to?
What, high school?
Mm-hmm.
I went to Dutch Fork.
Really?
Yeah.
I went to Dutch Fork too.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. It is a small world.
What's up?
Now, I saw on your Reverb Nation page that you actually have an event coming up in Albany, New York on April 17th.
Yes.
Tell our viewers a little bit about it.
It's actually going to be from April 17th through April 24th. I have 4 shows coming up in Albany, New York for my album release called The Lyrical Alchemist, dropping in Columbia April 11th. So I'm very excited about that.
Really? What venue will that be at in Albany, New York?
It's 4 different venues. It's actually it's like a spoken word week up there. So I'm gonna be at 4 different venues, just having a blast, getting along with other poets and having a good time.
Great networking opportunity.
Most definitely.
Awesome. I also saw on your Reverb Nation page a young lady commented that she was pleased with the poem that you wrote for her. So do you write poetry for other people as well?
Yes, ma'am. I definitely write poems for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So if it's for a person personally, or if it's a guy who's kind of in the doghouse and needs to get out a little bit, I might be able to help out just a little bit for him.
Well, I'm sure a lot of our viewers might be contacting you for that. If anyone needs to contact you, how would they contact you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Christopher the Poet, Twitter, the letter C, the Poet 63, or you can just find us at our venues at Apple Bottles Bar and Grill every Monday or every 4th Tuesday at the Art Bar.
Okay. Now, I think you brought something that you wanted to show our viewers, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
And did you write a poem too?
A little something.
Oh my goodness, he wrote a poem for the show. I'm super excited.
Just a little something. Yeah.
Go ahead on. Tell us about it.
It's actually my 2 colognes. It's signature scents. This one's called Ambition by Poet, and we also have this one called Victory by Poet.
And those are for men, right?
These are for men.
Fellas, the poem and the scent will definitely get you out of the doghouse.
I'm telling you. And we are looking out for the ladies as well.
Okay.
One of my teammates, Deluxe, is going to be the face of the women lines coming out there.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go ahead and hear the poem that you wrote. You wrote it for the show, right?
I wrote it for the show.
Okay, well,
I just
go ahead,
got
let's
done
hear
writing
it.
this. I had to bring out my cheat sheet a little bit. But this is for Social Media Mondays and
Okay.
Columbia Express Yourself. To be successful, you must have connection with your neighbors. So I thank Mr. Favor for doing us all the favor in creating Social Media Mondays. The day that I look for, that's right after Sunday, where the elite meet to speak on what makes their services or goods unique and mingle. You just might find your go-getter soulmate here if you're single, but the purpose is to make connections. Building traditions and never resting. It's about catching your dreams, about reaching up into the sky and squeezing the cloud and to allowing the blessings to rain on down. Soaking into the soil of your mind to give birth to new ideas that might change the world. It's amazing what might happen on Mondays.
Now that is what I'm talking about. One last thing, we have an expression question that we like to ask, and as a poet, you know it's all about expressing yourself.
Right.
So, Christopher, if you were a candy bar in a vending machine, what would you be and why?
Candy bar in a vending machine. Well, it's not necessarily a candy bar.
Okay.
But it's candy nonetheless. I would say a gobstopper.
A gobstopper. Why would that be?
The reason is I have so many different styles, so many different flavors, so many different topics that I can rhyme off of, and it's all gonna be sweet regardless. So that's why I will be a gobstopper.
Now, you know, that is like the hardest question that I like to throw out. And I must say, you did a great job with that.
Thank you.
Okay, now again, tell everybody one more time how they can contact you.
You can contact me on Facebook, Christopher the Poet. Also on Twitter, C the Poet 63. And we also have venues every Monday at Apple Bottle Sports Bar and Grill, which used to be the 0360, for Mic Check Mondays, and every 4th Tuesday at the Art Bar for Team Poet Tuesdays. Team Poet.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, Adrienne Lake. This is Christopher Fleming, aka Christopher the Poet. This has been another edition of Columbia Express Yourself. Take care.
Thank you.
We're here at the DoubleTree by Hilton for Social Media Mondays. I'm your host, Adrienne Lake. Now, here we have with us today Miss Julia Pettis and Miss LaWanda Crawford. They are owners for 3J Productions. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good, thank you.
Good. So, kind of get started. Julia, tell us a little bit how you and LaWanda became business partners and how 3J kind of came about.
Well, 3J was birthed in August 2006. And LaWanda and I we became partners in, 2008? I think it was around 2008.
2 years later.
Yeah, so we were already kind of moving, and when we linked up, everything was just kind of natural. It was just so natural. It was like a sisterhood immediately formed.
Right.
So we've been going strong since August 2006. We've had a few things change as far as our business is concerned, but for the most part, it's a fashion, beauty, and entertainment company, and then we have a lot of different facets within that.
Okay, so speaking of fashion, beauty, entertainment, I understand you guys have this really big production coming up. It's the Style Exhibition. Kind of tell our viewers a little bit about the Style Exhibition, what it is, how it came about, the idea, because it's such a great event.
We're excited. This is our 5th year, and
getting past those toddler years, now you're going into the after pre-K years.
Absolutely, yeah. We're in kindergarten right now, so we're in elementary school, and we're just really excited. The event takes place April 26th through the 28th. It will be taking place at the Convention Center. Each year, it's offered something different. It's a 3-day culmination of fashion, beauty, and networking. So it's really for the aspiring designer, hairstylist, makeup artist, model, photographer, just everybody that composes the fashion and beauty industry. It's an opportunity for all of them to really kind of get out there, express themselves, get some exposure, and then it brings a lot of individuals from outside of Columbia into the area to kind of see what the talent has to offer in the Southeast as a whole.
Now, I know you were saying that you're in the 5th year. Is there anything that's going to be going on this year that patrons may not have seen years prior? Anything new that you guys have going on?
We actually do have something new we're doing this year.
Okay.
Instead of each night, we're offering a little bit something different. The first night, we're opening up with a trendsetter showcase.
Okay.
So that's specifically for the novice designer and the retail boutiques. So those individuals will kick off the entire 3-day event. So we're really, really excited about that. We're separating them from the seasoned designers like LaWanda has been doing this forever.
Okay.
So,
Miss Designer over here.
Yes.
Okay, so next question. If viewers want to donate to this cause, because it's a great cause, they want to make donations, purchase tickets, or even if they just want to volunteer just to help with the movement, how can they contact you guys?
They can go to the web. We're all over the web. The tickets can be bought through Eventbrite, but our website is 3J-Style Exhibition. It's completely spelled out.com.
Now, we have a portion of the show, it's an expression portion, and I mean, with fashion, style, it's all about expressing yourself.
That's right.
Now, as business partners, is there some type of bucket list event that you've always wanted to plan that you may do in the future, or just a dream event that you want to do?
Actually, we've discussed that in previous years. So we have this dream of taking the Style Exhibition on the road to Paris.
Really?
And creating.
Well, make sure I am sitting in the jump seat of the airplane, because I definitely have to go.
Yes.
So that would be a really cool deal, like taking the whole show to Paris. And
just traveling with it in general.
Right.
I know in our first year somebody asked me that, and that was just like, I can't even fathom thinking about that in the first year. But there's just so many opportunities, and we don't want to enclose ourselves to just being one way or one thing.
Right.
And I think that's really worked to our advantage, because we are bringing a lot of people from outside of the area into the area. We're not originally from Columbia ourselves,
Okay, where are you guys from?
I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh.
If anybody's ever heard of it, I'm from Kalamazoo.
Did you go to West?
I went to Western.
Western,
I went to Western, Michigan.
Okay.
And I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, you from Detroit?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. I'm from the D.
She said
It's
from the
crazy.
D.
So we're both
Right.
from Michigan, but we, you know, we met 2 years after 3J was started. So
Right.
it was meant to be.
Via one of our social sites.
Yep.
Really? So I mean, that definitely. That
Right.
was
She
meant to
actually
be.
brought me in as a designer to the event. And then we developed a relationship and been friends ever since. And that's how,
That's good to
pretty
hear.
much.
Well, again, guys, we have Miss Jalea Pettis and Miss LaWanda Crawford. They are 3J Productions together.
Yeah.
They have the style exhibition coming up April 26th through the 28th. It's going to be at the Convention Center here in Columbia, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and again, one more time, how can viewers contact you if they want to assist with the event?
They can go to the 3J Productions website, which is www.3jproductions.com,
Right.
or to the Style Exhibition website, www.3jay-styleexhibition.com.
All right, there you go. You've heard it. Again, we have Miss Jalea Pettis and Miss LaWanda Crawford. They are 3J Productions together. I'm your host, Adrienne Lake. We are at Social Media Mondays for another edition of Columbia Express Yourself. Take care.
I'd like to thank Christopher the Poet and Jalea Pettis for joining us today. I'm Yolanda Iman, and for the viewers at home, always remember, be yourself, express yourself. Take care, Columbia.
Columbia Express Yourself is filmed before a live audience in the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel in Columbia, South Carolina. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, please call 803-708-1586. Columbia Express Yourself is an RPF production.
RPM.